Hi, everybody, and welcome back. We are exploring our unwanted symptoms in this series and also our unwanted habits and unwanted life experiences. Today, I would like to dive into money issues, which also belong onto that list for many people of unwanted life experiences that they fight against. And I would like to help you explore them from a place of openness, from a place of curiosity, and see what might be hiding underneath that, yes, very stressful and uncomfortable reality. Because if you are experiencing this reality, then it's for a reason. It's because some part of you thinks it is what you need right now to grow, to learn a certain lesson, to make a certain experience, to uncover something that is currently still hidden, to shine the light on some dark aspect of your being. And when I say dark, it's not meant as a judgment, it's just meant as not being visible yet. So, this on the surface unwanted situation serves you in some way, serves at least a part of you. There's always a gain in any undesired, unwanted experience. And if we can find it, see it, feel it fully, and own it, then either it can release, it can leave, or the whole thing just isn't an issue anymore. And with money, it's the same. Money issues don't really depend on the amount of money that we have. There are people who could be considered very rich on paper, making a lot of money, and still feeling stressed about money all the time, feeling under pressure, feeling like money is an issue. And there are other people who have far less money, earn far less money, and who don't experience money as an issue. So it's really an internal thing. And that is where today we want to put the focus. Because if it's not something that everybody experiences in the same way, then there needs to be a very unique ingredient, right? And that is you. So, after that introduction, as usual, I'm going to talk you through the process. Also, as a way for you to get familiar with this process every time a little bit more, and so that at some point it can become second nature for you to apply it to your life, to whatever you're experiencing, not as a way to judge or to obsess, but just because it makes life more fun and also allows you to grow and evolve more quickly. So here we go. As usual, we start by putting our symptom, or in this case, our unwanted experience, into words. And then we listen very carefully to ourselves as a way to already uncover some hidden meaning in what all of that might be about on a deeper level, on a less visible level. So, when it comes to money issues, you might be saying, for example, I expend more than I generate. I have a very low cushion on my bank account, and that stresses me. I cannot provide for myself, for my family, for my loved ones, for my animals. I am unable to receive. I am unable to make this business work. I cannot make ends meet. I am struggling to make a living. I earn a lot, but still money flows out quicker than I generate it. Or money is not flowing in my life. These are some things that are coming to my mind right now. The list can be extended endlessly. And now let's rephrase some of what I just said and look a bit deeper into it. Maybe replacing some words so that it gets clearer. So the first thing I usually like to recommend is to replace I cannot, I am unable with I don't want to. And see if there's some truth to what you hear. Instead of saying I cannot sustain myself, provide for myself, for my family, for my loved ones, how about saying I don't want to provide for myself, for my loved ones? What do you mean I don't want to? Of course I want to. Well, what if not? What if, yes, one part of you, probably your more masculine part, wants to provide, wants to show that he's capable, but maybe there's another part in you, especially if you are a being with a feminine essence. Maybe there's a part in you that wants to feel provided for rather than feeling that you can provide for yourself. Maybe you have already shown to yourself that you can provide for yourself, and now you would like to experience what it is like to be provided for. That's a very valid desire. It's actually a very typical desire for the feminine energy. And since the two are mutually exclusive, you might sabotage in a way your ability to provide for yourself so that you can experience being provided for. Being provided for by a partner, by your parents, by the state, or by life simply. Seeing and feeling how life never lets you down if you really trust it. How you will always receive what you need when you need it. But maybe in order to experience that, really, you need to get to a place where you are feeling a bit unsafe. Because if we're feeling safe, we do not need to practice trust. And I'm not saying that this is the case for you, but it's a possibility. How about saying, I don't want to have a big cushion on my bank account? Another thing that has been true for me, actually, because I always perceived having my money sit in the bank as unsafe. I would rather have bought property with that money, put it into something solid that I personally perceive as more safe. Another possibility. How about saying, I don't want to make a living? Hey, because maybe it's true. You don't want to make a living because you already have a living and you just want to claim it. You just want to go and live. Might not make sense to all parts of you, the more rational ones, the ones that have been told, but yeah, you need to have a job and an income. There are other parts in you too, and that whole thing of unwanted symptoms and unwanted experiences is about giving space to all parts that exist in this universe and in you so that you can be whole. Without saying who's right or wrong, but just owning, hey, this part exists in me too. And if I can fully own it, if I can just allow myself to experience it for even a limited amount of time, but fully, then, maybe it doesn't have to call for my attention anymore by giving me that issue. Now, money also is simply a form of energy. So you could also say, instead of I am expending more money than I am generating, I am expending more energy than I am currently generating. Interesting. How is your energy these days? Do you feel energetic? Or are you often tired? How are you managing your energy, the energy that you have? Many people say, oh, I am low in energy. I need more energy. Give me that energy drink, or give me that vitamin pill that will give me more energy. So there's always that need for more energy. I want more energy because I don't have enough. You could also see how you can simply manage the energy that you have better. And the same is true for money. Maybe your generator is simply broken and you depend on solar energy. You cannot generate from a generator. Cannot, don't want to. And so, simply on rainy and cloudy days, take some time off to rest. Slow down. Expend less. So maybe it's just simply an invitation also to learn how to manage better those resources that you have. To appreciate all the resources that are in your life, because many people actually don't see all the abundance that nature and life offers them for free. And so by having less, we might become more appreciative of that which, is available, but that we usually don't see. And we might also become more creative in using the things that we do have. And that actually provides us with a sort of safety and security that money cannot provide. If you know how to survive being dropped naked almost in the middle of the desert or the woods, and you are still able to survive, to manage, that gives you a lot of safety and resilience. So sometimes having less money available to solve problems in an easy way is also a way to develop certain inner qualities, and creativity is definitely one of them. I cannot make that business work. I don't want to make that business work. Maybe it's just not your path. You might say, I don't have a lot of purchase power. In other words, I don't really have a lot of power in this world, which is all about purchasing and consumption. Maybe I don't want to have that power. What is it in power that I have an issue with, that I might be afraid of? What are my beliefs around power? Another interesting topic to explore.
From an astrological perspective, money issues have to do with Jupiter and also with Venus. So depending on how these archetypes are aspected, located, situated in your birth chart, you might experience money issues as one way of experiencing this conflictive constellation. And it's just part of your soul's path to move through it, to fully feel it in your body, to experience it, and to integrate the experience and to transcend and transform it, possibly as well. This again to let you know that if you experience these issues, it's not because you're a bad person necessarily doing things wrong, not knowing how to manifest, but simply because it's part of your journey. And if we can just accept it as such, then we can maybe even come to enjoy it and really allow it to be because it's meant to be.
Okay, now, next step, let's explore the two questions. The first one, what is this symptom forcing me to do? What is it pushing me to do? What is it even allowing me to do? Which steps would I never take without that symptom issue being in my life? So, in the case of money issues, you might start indeed learning how to better manage the money that you do have, and as such your energy, to be more conscious about it, to really think about what is essential for me, what is not essential for me, so you cut down on non-essential expenses. You might also decide to give your whole life a big turn around, moving to a different area where the cost of living are lower, realizing that you are kind of caught up in a rat race where you are living in that super expensive apartment that basically means you have to work for all day so that you can pay the rent and the nanny who's taking care of your kid, in the end not enjoying the flat and your kid. So you might decide that this is completely crazy and get out of it and reduce your cost of living significantly and opt for a more simple life, more modest life maybe, but a life of more connection, more spaciousness, more time, more freedom. And I'm not saying that this is not possible with a lot of money also. I'm just saying that sometimes our money issues make us take these steps that we would otherwise not even consider because we're comfortable. And as long as we are comfortable, why change? If you feel under survival stress because of your money situation, even if you are earning a lot, might force you to really see what it is that you need in order to feel safe. If a lot of money goes into rent, for example, maybe you do want to consider to buy property so that you can take off your shoulders this recurring debt that you need to pay that might make you nervous. If you have money issues, you might also continue to develop new ideas, new projects, fine tune your proposal as a business owner, for example. If something doesn't work and it doesn't work, maybe it's a way to get better every time. What are my money issues forcing me to do? They are forcing me to fully experience my emotional reality. They allow me to see what kind of beliefs and wounding still exists in me. For example, if you often feel jealous or resentful, like that's really not fair with all the great content that I have to offer. I don't understand why there's other people that make a lot of money with the very same thing and I don't. It's unfair, etc. And so you might just realize that this story lives in you, that there's a wound of injustice or of rejection or whatever it might be that is brought out through this money issue. So it's made visible. So the money issue is not the cause of it. It's just showing you that this still lives in you. Your fear of not being safe, not surviving, your fear of poverty, of living on the street, of whatever it is. And it's great to identify, what is my fear actually about? What is the worst case scenario for me? Often we don't dare to go there and to truly feel fully, maybe even amplifying that fear. Usually we like to put it aside and cover our discomfort under superficial pleasures like going out with our friends, having a drink, social media, shopping, watching TV, whatever, to distract ourselves from truly feeling our terror, but seeing what story hides underneath the terror. And maybe it's an opportunity to heal and to really arrive to a place of trust. Trust in yourself, in your own capacity to deal with whatever situation, because you are a creative person with a conscious mind, and trust also in life that life will not let you down, that you are protected, that you are provided for. But we could never arrive at that place again if we didn't have that issue, if we were comfortable. We are forced to feel our discomfort. We are forced to see that on the inside we are feeling unsafe. The money issues are not the cause of it, they are showing us. And so we are looking for safety in money. We're even saying financial safety. But really, it's about feeling safe. It's about the state, the inner state of safety. What do you need in order to feel safe? The human being really has very few basic needs: shelter, food, water, warmth, and a few quality relationships. The next question to explore is, what are my symptoms preventing me from doing? What is it that your money issues don't allow you to do? They don't allow you to go on vacation. They don't allow you to buy whatever you want to buy, or feel like you want to buy, but maybe you don't really need it. Don't allow you to take courses, personal development courses. Don't allow you to buy food enough or quality. Again, replace I cannot with I don't want to first, and see if any of that has a grain of truth in it, and see if you can own that experience. And also see whether these desires that you seem to not be able to fulfill are maybe not the ones that are right for you at this point in time on your path. Sometimes if we are prevented from doing something, it's because it's not good for us right now, at least. Maybe it seems like your money issues are preventing you from realizing the life of your dreams. I don't have enough money to buy the property and to leave this job and to start a new life somewhere else. I need a lot of money to do that, and I can't. Again, maybe you are not ready to, because deep down you don't want to. Because if you really wanted to, it is possible. I have personally experienced that living the life of your dreams does not depend on the amount of money you have. If you are clear about what you want to experience as a state, not so much in concrete images, but how you want to feel, and you really want that, and you're ready to take the necessary steps, then life makes it happen. And you cannot even imagine how it will do it, but it will always adapt to your situation and means that go far beyond what your rational mind can imagine. But sometimes we use money as an excuse because there are other reasons that hold us back. And so maybe it's about exploring some other factors, some fears or some desires. Maybe, you know, you want to stay where you are because of a specific person in your life, or you still need to do something in that place first, or you really want to be in that kind of environment. So see if you can own again your reality. It's always the paradox between trusting fully your emotional reality, including your frustration with your money situation, and see where that actually can take you if you allow to magnify it and go into it deeply. And at the same time, trusting life, that if your current situation is not what you say that you want it to be, that there's a good reason for it. Safety, trust, richness, and abundance are first and foremost inner states. And if you cultivate these on the inside, not by applying rigid positive thinking rules when your emotional reality is a different one, but by truly meeting yourself where you are, then your situation with money will cease to be an issue. You might still not have tons of it, or you might have, but it doesn't really matter. You feel rich and abundant, full stop. You feel provided for, full stop. I hope that this exploration served you and that it inspires your own process and investigation, and that you can arrive at a place of truly feeling at peace with